learn vocabulary. Mastering a lot of vocabulary will make it easier for someone to read, write, listen and speak English. Vocabulary is very important because learning vocabulary is the main capital for learning sentence construction and other skills in language. What's the strategies?
One of the most recognized ways to integrate vocabulary into the classroom is to create a word wall. Post vocabulary words anywhere in the classroom on the wall, and students will now have a reference. Flashcards are excellent for learning key words. Students will easily memorize the word definition. Many SAT prep courses incorporate the flashcard effect. Require your students to use given vocabulary words in a sentence. First, students must understand the meaning of the word. Then they must actually apply that knowledge in a real-life situation. As a teacher, we must be careful in the words we choose with our student. 5th grade teachers should choose 5th grade vocabulary words. Encourage students to ask questions whenever a word is spoken or read that they don't understand. Word question worksheets ask students to answer who, what, when. Increased reading is always a good thing. The more students read, the more vocabulary they're going to develop. They'll learn the meaning of words by the way they're used in a sentence. Semantic maps are used as visual displays of key words. The idea of the map is to provide meaningful connections with key words and other sets of related words or concepts. Direct instruction is another strategy for teaching vocabulary. Teachers intentionally focus on vocabulary words and their meaning. For vocabulary words to stick, students usually require multiple exposures to the word. So the words learned early in the year should be revisited by the teacher and integrated into instruction and assessment. At the high school level, sketchnoting has become quite popular. Students take a word or topic and create an artistic doodle of what that word means to them. When students come upon words that they don't understand, they should be allowed to search the word meaning. Google search word meanings. Some students are going to struggle more than others. In fact, some students will have learning disability. Educators must be on the lookout and ready to make referrals to school intervention personnel. Continuing, teach students to make use of context clues when new vocabulary words appear in a paragraph. Other words or phrases may provide significant hints to teach word parts, which include the prefix, roots, and the suffix. With an understanding of the use of word parts, students will be able to learn much more words quicker. Some teachers utilize vocabulary notebooks. Students have their own notebook or section where they write down words that they don't know in the notebook. Then they write down the definitions. I've seen some teachers have a, quote, word of the week for each week of school. Graphic organizers can be used as a classroom assignment for given vocabulary words. Provide the graphic organizers and have students fill them out and count the assignment as a grade. Lastly, as a teacher, try to use your science, math, reading, vocabulary words with your students. As students hear the teacher using the words in a natural setting, it'll help it to just click.
Why is vocabulary important? 1. Can master English quickly. 2. Helps increase self-confidence. 3. Can facilitate activities related to foreign languages. How to apply vocabulary when learning in class.
How can using games in the English language classroom help our students? What is a game we can use to help students practice vocabulary? Classroom games are not only fun, but they also reduce students' anxiety, increase student participation, and improve communicative competence. Here's an example of a classroom game that can help students practice vocabulary. Speed Words is an effective game for practicing vocabulary that requires little preparation. To play this game, you need classroom chairs and cards or slips of paper. To start the game, give each student 4 or 5 blank cards or slips of paper. Then, tell the students to write one word they want to review on each card. The words should all be from the unit your class has most recently studied. While the students are writing, put 2 chairs at the front of the classroom. Then, split the students into 2 teams and ask each team to stand in front of one of the chairs. One student should sit in the team's chair. That person will be the guesser. Next, The first person in each team's line collects the cards or slips of paper from everyone on their team. This student then turns over the card and explains the word to the guesser in the chair. When the guesser has correctly guessed the word, they go to the back of the line. An explainer gives the word card to the teacher. That student then sits in the chair to become the next guesser, and the process repeats. The first team to guess all the words wins. What other vocabulary games do you like to use in your classroom?